If you are a health and safety manager and there is a fatal accident in a confined space on your project, as a leading accident investigator, what you have to look for, what key aspects, critical elements, and important factors you will consider and examine during accident investigation process. This is a very important question usually asked during the job interview if you are applying as a health and safety practitioner, engineer, manager, or a safety advisor. So, this is an important question, and you have to stick around till the end to get all valuable information. Remember, as a confined space accident investigator and health and safety practitioner, your role is crucial in ensuring a thorough and effective investigation while promoting safety. 14 important key aspects that you have to focus on when conducting an accident investigation that is related to a confined space fatality. Point number 1, safety preparations. You need to evaluate the adequacy of safety measures taken before the entry. You need to verify that entry permits were issued and that hazard assessments were conducted. You have to check if personnel were adequately trained and equipped for the specific confined space entry. Point number 2, scene assessment. As a health and safety practitioner, assess the confined space and its immediate surroundings for any hazards. You need to document the conditions inside the space, including atmospheric data, equipment, and any visible damage or defects. Point number 3, witness interviews. Interview all individuals involved or present during the incident on site. Gather first-hand accounts of what occurred, including any observations leading up to the accident. Point number 4, documentation review. You need to scrutinize all relevant documentation, including permits, procedures, training records, and maintenance logs. You need to ensure compliance with established safety protocols, procedures, processes, and regulations. Point number 5, atmospheric monitoring. Analyze the atmospheric conditions within the confined space. You need to determine if proper atmospheric testing and monitoring were conducted and whether the results were within the safe limitations. Point number 6, procedural compliance. Verify that all confined space entry procedures were followed and implemented. Ensure that hazard assessments were thorough and that communication protocols were in place and effective. Point number 7, equipment inspection. Examine the condition of equipment used during the entry, such as respiratory protection, SCBA, fall protection, safety harnesses, and the rescue gear. Assess whether equipment was properly maintained and used correctly. Point number 8, training and competency. Evaluate the training and qualifications of personnel involved in the confined space entry. Verify that individuals were aware of the specific hazards associated with the confined space. You are on the platform of safety first life. Today, we are discussing about a fatal confined space accident, how to investigate that incident, what to look for, how we can prevent such occurrences in future, and how we can communicate the lesson learned to the management and the workforce on site. Point number 9, emergency response. Review the effectiveness of the emergency response plan. Evaluate communication procedures and the availability of trained personnel and rescue equipment. Point number 10, root cause analysis, RCA. As a health and safety officer, you need to identify the root causes of the accident using established investigative techniques. Determine both immediate causes, direct causes, indirect causes, and underlying factors contributing to that accident. Point number 11, regulatory compliance. You need to ensure that all actions taken are in compliance with relevant health and safety rules and regulations. You have to address any regulatory violations or non-compliance issues discovered during the investigation process. Point number 12, recommendations and preventive measures. As a health and safety practitioner, you need to develop corrective actions and recommendations based on the investigation findings. Focus on preventing similar incidents in the future and improving overall safety within the confined spaces. Point number 13, reporting and communication. A very important point. You need to prepare a comprehensive report summarizing the investigation findings and recommendations. Communicate the results to relevant stakeholders, including management, employees, and the regulatory authorities. And the last point, point number 14, that is the soul and spirit of health and safety management system, that is continuous improvement. Encourage a culture of continuous improvement in confined space safety. And you have to educate for the implementation of preventive measures and ongoing safety training and awareness. Dear friends and fellows, as a health and safety practitioner, your role as an accident investigator to be thorough, objective, and focused on preventing future accidents and incidents by addressing the root causes and implementing effective safety controls or measures. Your primary responsibility is to conduct a meticulous and comprehensive examination of confined space accidents. This role requires a multifaceted approach to ensure that not only are the immediate causes of the incident identified, but also the underlying factors that contributed to it. To achieve this, a structured process involving various key elements I have already discussed, but 4 important points you need to rehearse and memorize all the time in your brain. Number 1 is thorough investigation process. Your role begins by thoroughly investigating the accident scene. You need to meticulously assess the confined space and its immediate environment for potential hazards. This includes checking for any toxic gases, flammable substances, or oxygen deficient atmospheres within the space. Additionally, you should document the condition of equipment used, such as respirators, SCBA, safety harnesses, and communication devices to ascertain whether they were in proper working order. This groundwork lays the foundation for the understanding the conditions that existed at the time of the accident. And this is the base of an accident investigation process if it is linked with a confined space. Second important point is fact finding through interviews and documentation. Gathering information from both witnesses and documentation is essential. Interviews with the individuals involved or present during the accident help reconstruct the sequence of events leading up to the incident or accident. This first-hand knowledge can provide valuable insights into the accident's cause and contributing factors. Simultaneously, a review of relevant documents, including confined space entry permits, safety procedures, risk assessments, training records, and maintenance logs, ensures that established safety procedures, protocols, and regulatory requirements were adhered to. This detailed fact-finding process helps in establishing a comprehensive understanding of the circumstances surrounding that particular accident. Third most important point is root cause analysis and preventive measures. Accident already occurred, but one of the major benefits of accident investigation is to find the facts, to communicate with the workforce, and to prevent future accidents within an organization or a project site. So, you need to stick a focus on root causes. Once you have gathered all relevant information, your role involves conducting a thorough root cause analysis. This methodical approach aims to identify not only the immediate or direct causes of the accident, but also the deeper systemic issues that allowed it to occur. Techniques like the 5 whys or fault tree analysis can be employed to trace back to the fundamental causes. By addressing these root causes, you can develop effective corrective actions and recommendations to prevent similar incidents in the future. Collaboration with other experts such as engineers, safety specialists, and management is essential in formulating and implementing these preventive measures. Furthermore, effective communication of findings and recommendations to relevant stakeholders is vital to ensure that safety improvements are integrated into the confined space work practices and culture on site. If I'll conclude, dear colleagues, dear health and safety practitioners, your role is more complex, diverse, versatile, multi-dimensional, comprehensive, in-depth, and multi-layered. So, always be cautious, focused, and stick on your roles and responsibilities as a health and safety practitioner in maintaining confined space safety at all times, involving a systematic, thorough, and collaborative approach. How it can happen? How you can do it effectively? By encompassing scene assessment, fact-finding, root cause analysis, and the development of preventive measures. Remember, effective communication ensures that safety improvements are not only implemented but also sustained over time, creating a safer environment for confined space work, for confined space workers, and generally for the whole site. I hope your concept about accident investigation related to confined space accident is well clear now. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching. And if you find the video informative, then like, comment and share it with your friends and colleagues. For now, that's all.